Well, hey everybody, Chris here from Tested Speed Shop. I know I haven't done any updates lately, but just been really busy with stuff. And today we are embarking on our journey to Gulfport, Mississippi for cruising the coast. So got about 1,100 miles to go, and we're getting ready to roll out of here. We just gassed up. We're still in Pennsylvania. We're only a few miles from the house. So we're going to go ahead and get on going. My trusty co-pilot, Mrs. Tested Speed Shop, is here with me. So we're going to go ahead and get going, and we'll be catching up with you. Oh, hey, what's happening, everybody? Well, we finally made it to Gulfport. We had some issues, though. And I'd have filmed it, but we had some camera problems. So anyways, yesterday was Saturday. Friday, when we left, we got out just outside of Knoxville, Tennessee, and we stopped for the night at a motel. And when I pulled in with the Chevy, I shut it off, and I went to start the car back up, and it wouldn't start. So we started screwing around with it, and it didn't have any spark. So I tested the MSD box, and I had an old analog one on it, and it wasn't shooting anything. So we ended up running to an advanced, and I put a new coil on it because we thought, well, maybe the coil's bad and the box is still good. And here we put the coil on, still got nothing. So I had bought a box at the same time also, so I ended up replacing the box and the coil, and it got the car running. So that held us up a little bit. And the ironic thing is that when I came here in 2003, which is 17 years ago, the MSD box died on this car also on the way down. So go figure. So then we were doing pretty good, and then Keith started having issues, and this is what happened. The gas tank decided to leave the car at 75 miles an hour, and he dragged it for like 50 or 40 yards to get off the road with sparks flying out from under the car. Now, we had just filled these up, so there's a full tank of gas. So when I pulled up back behind the car last night on the side of the road, he dragged the tank just by the freaking fuel line, and it was just laying there. The gas cap's gone, the one fuel strap's gone. So what we think was how it happened is that the guy that did the restoration on the car used carriage bolts, and when you use this carriage bolt, there's like a thicker part that slides up into the trunk, and then there's a thinner part, and it looks like he may have gotten it into the thinner part, and it looks like maybe the carriage bolts worked their way out of that, and it wasn't up in the thicker part of the trunk where it's heavier and can take all the weight. So we're thinking that might have been what happened. So here's the strap that was still attached to the tank, and let's see where it dragged down the ground. It is just a freaking pretzel mess. So how this thing did not turn into a fucking fireball going down the highway is beyond us, to be honest with you. We have no idea how that just did not happen. We don't have any clue. So he's got some straps coming tomorrow from O'Reilly's, and we're going to try and get the damn tank back up in. The tank isn't leaking on the bottom, thank God. We got to get a gas cap for it, and hopefully we can get this thing up in and get the car running and go about our week, and hopefully we won't have any more issues and everything will go smooth. So, but other than that, everything ran good, for the exception of certain things just falling apart and breaking, but other than that, everything seemed to go good. So alright, well, that's going to be it for now. Just a little update on what's going on. We got here last night about 10:30. We were all exhausted. especially after what happened over the past 2 days. We were just beat. We were really hoping to get here. You know, yesterday morning kind of held us up because, you know, we were fixing the damn cars. Had to wake up yesterday morning and slam the box in real quick, you know, and then last night with the damn gas tank falling out and calling the tow truck, and thank God we found somebody that could tow us all with it. This happened on Interstate 59, right outside Hattiesburg, Mississippi. So, you know, we almost got here, basically. But we found somebody that could tow us, and he towed us from Hattiesburg the whole way to here, which was awesome. So, at least we got it here where we're staying at, and we could fix it. The guy that owns the place here said, he gave us a piece of cardboard, said we're good to fix it. So we're just going to go ahead and get her going. So, but for right now, that's about it. So I'll get back to you. Hey, what's going on, everybody? We're out here. Got Keith's gas tank back up in the car. He went out today. We got 2 new fuel straps for it at O'Reilly's. So we just got it all back up in.
Just 2 maybe? And can I have the red pliers, please?
So
here's mine if you want.
He's in the process of hooking all the fuel lines and sending unit wires and all that kind of shit back
There's
up.
A 1/4 inch drive.
And we actually went out today. So we had to go pick up Keith's registration for the show because they're doing it some weird way with it goes by your last name and certain names for certain days. But we ended up looking at another 67 while we were there, and the carriage bolts are what you're supposed to be using on that. That's what it uses. We thought it took a T-bolt, but it uses a carriage bolt. Because he went on Osley's website last night and found a hardware kit, and that's the bolt that they're supposed to be using. So, but we figured out that it's like a double layer metal there, and it almost seems like the guy put it in the first layer of metal instead of getting it up into the second layer of metal. There's like a little tab that kind of holds it up in there, and it slides into that double layer of metal. So that's where we got it all up in. Everything seems real tight and everything else and good. So we're going to be working on it here, getting this damn tank done and getting it all squared away so we can enjoy the show. So we're almost done. So we just got to hook some hoses up and fire it up. We got to look at the carburetor then, because we're having some issues with that too. So that'll be the next thing. But first thing was first. We're going to put some gas in it and make sure it runs. So, all right, we'll get back to you in a minute. Well, here we are. We're down here in Biloxi at Margaritaville. Got Keith's car running good. So this is kind of the first day we've been able to get out and hit some shows and stuff since we got it fixed. So we're just walking around here. Got a nice 70 Challenger 440 6-pack. Lime green. RT yet. Nice. We got a nice old GMC Jimmy over here. You don't hardly ever see these old things anymore. It's a nice looking old Jimmy. Wow. It's nice inside. It's in good shape. It's kind of hard to get around some of the cars because it's so tight in here. So I'm going to try and touch on some interesting ones. So I'll get back to you. Check this thing out. You got lower control arms and boom tank. This thing is cool. Drag car style. And that is neat inside. I don't know how much you guys can see in there, but one cool little car. That is just neat. You got a nice little Carmen Ghia sitting next to it. convertible. Nice old Pontiac Bonneville four-door. What a nice cruiser. And happy to awesome to bring down here. Continental. There's Keith's car over there next to that GTO. Alright, we'll be moving on. Well, hey, what's going on, everybody? Well, we're heading out of Gulfport because there's a hurricane coming. So this trip is pretty much sucked. I didn't get hardly any footage of any car shows or anything because we spent pretty much the last few days trying to just sort out shit on people's cars. Tom's brake lights took a dump. I had problems with my brand new wiper motor. It's pretty much a piece of shit and it doesn't work. Keith had problems with wipers on his Chevelle, and we had to fix that. So I mean, it's just been a real pain in the ass trip. And now they're saying that there's a Category 3 hurricane heading towards central Louisiana. So we decided we're just going to roll out of Dodge because we don't want to be down there in tropical storms or hurricanes or what have you. So we're blasting down the road and heading back home. I apologize that this video was pretty shitty. I mean, it's probably going to be. I'll try and salvage some of it if I can. So, but that's about it. The Chevelle's running real good. One thing that I did do, we did do quite a bit of new stuff to it before we left, and I didn't record any of that, but I did pick up some R12, and we ended up charging the air conditioner, so the air conditioner's working really good. So, but that's about it. So we're going to go ahead and keep right on hammering down the road, heading back home, and if we check out anything interesting, we'll record it. Alright, see you. Oh, hey, what's going on, everybody? Made it back from our trip. Got back, what was it, Friday night. It was probably around 9:30. Because we ended up having some more problems with Keith had some more issues with his car on the way home. We ended up leaving Thursday down at Gulfport. We ended up leaving Thursday because the hurricane coming in, and we didn't want to stay any longer because we were afraid that if we stayed till Friday that there would be problems trying to get home, and then we'd have to run home in all that nasty weather. So we just went ahead and blew out of there Thursday, and we had good weather the whole way up home. But Thursday we stopped for gas in Meridian, Mississippi, and when we pulled out and headed up the road, Keith called us and told us that his car it would only go from first to second, and it didn't have drive. So we turned around and met back up with him. Well, long story short, what happened was the nut inside the valve body for your detent for your gears and stuff ended up backing off, and the damn lever was just sitting there moving back and forth. It was just loose. So luckily for us, there was a guy across the street that had a garage, so Keith walked over there, and the guy put it up on the lift, and he dropped the pan and ended up getting us fixed up so we could head on home. So that kind of put us back on Thursday. And then Friday we didn't have any issues. So I want to apologize to everybody now. This video is probably going to suck because there's just a lot of stuff going on with the gas tank coming out of his car, and just some other problems with some other cars, like with mine, with the MSD box taking a crap pretty much 17 years to the day, which is just weird. And you know, just different stuff that was going on. I wasn't feeling that great when we left. I just want to apologize everybody for the video, and if you watched this far, I apologize to you because it just isn't that great of a video. I wish I would have gotten some more footage of stuff, but I didn't, because it just, you know, like when the gas tank fell out, that was like, getting the camera was the furthest thing from my mind. I was more worried about getting this car off the road and getting it somewhere where we could fix it, and thank God they were able to tow it to the place we were staying at, the house that we had rented. So, you know, it all worked out in the end, but there's just some stuff that I just didn't record, and I apologize for that. And I apologize for the video is probably going to be pretty short, and it's probably going to be pretty short and sweet and not that great. So, but that's it for now. That's about it. Chevy, my car drove home good. Tom's car drove home good. Keith's car drove home good once we got the transmission straightened out. It even drove down good. I mean, it wasn't having any issues until the gas tank debacle. So, I mean, everything went well, you know, just the weather kind of kicked us in the ass, and some car issues kicked us in the ass, and, you know, so. It was a good trip, and it was a bad trip, so. But, I don't know. What are you going to do? You got to just kind of roll with it. So, but that's going to be it for now, and I'll see you on the next video, where we're going to be, hopefully, that 6-pack setup I did, we're going to be getting that CUDA run, so that's going to be the next video. So, till then, see ya.